Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and former President Donald Trump just got a massive, massive victory in court that has sent the Washington, D.C. judge in his federal trial reeling. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. So, Judge Tanya Chutkan put a gag order against Donald Trump. Then she put the gag order on stay. Then she reinstated the gag order. So it's like a gag order roller coaster for Trump, infringing on his First Amendment rights in the eyes of many people, right? Well, finally, Trump's attorneys brought this to the appeals courts, and, well, let's take a look at what happened.
In for Anderson. We'll have the latest from our reporters on the ground in just a moment. First, though, some breaking news here in the States. A federal appeals court siding with the former president on that limited gag order issued against him in the special counsel's election interference case. Let's get straight to our chief legal affairs correspondent, Paula Reed. Paula, exactly what did this appeals court do?
Well, here, John, they put this gag order on hold. And then in a little over 2 weeks, a 3-judge panel will hear arguments about whether this gag order is constitutional. Now, Judge Tanya Chutkan, she's the federal judge overseeing the election subversion case here in Washington. She imposed a broader set of restrictions on former President Trump at the request of prosecutors. And those restrictions bar him from targeting witnesses in the case, members of the court staff, and the special counsel's office. But Trump's lawyers have argued that this was unconstitutional, that as a candidate for office, that there's a very high bar for restricting his speech. But Judge Chutkan has said, look, your First Amendment yields to the orderly administration of justice. She said in one of the court hearings, she said, look, I have a trial to oversee here, and I can't have him attacking people who are just trying to do their jobs or comply with their civic duty. So in just a few weeks, this will go before this panel. On the panel will be 2 judges appointed by former President Barack Obama and 1 appointed by President Joe Biden.
So you say that panel, Paula, in a few weeks. What are the practical implications then between now and then, for the former president?
Well, John, this is a test. This is a test of the judicial system. He is not bound by these restrictions, but if he starts to violate them, he's really going to help make the government's case for them. And that's exactly what's already happened here. Judge Chutkan already put a pause on her own gag order while these appeals played out. And what did he do? He made a series of statements attacking, among others, key witnesses in the case. So it was reinstated. So he has a choice here whether he wants to resume these attacks and help the state make its case. But this larger question, John, of the extent to which you can restrict the speech of someone who is running for the White House, who is also a defendant across multiple jurisdictions, this has never been contemplated by the courts before. So this is something that could potentially make its way all the way to the Supreme Court. Now, whether they want to get involved in this, that's an open question.
Well, we will find out soon enough, I suspect. Paula Reed, thank you so much. And we're going to have much more tonight on the legal issues.
Now, if you've been watching me for any length of time, you already know how I feel about gag orders. I believe they're a violation of the First Amendment. I believe it in every case, not just this case. I think the appeals court, now what they're going to do, they're going to let this play out. They're going to have arguments at the end of the month. But in the meantime, Trump can speak freely. I would advise the former president to be very careful what he says between now and that hearing, because anything he says will absolutely be used against him in that court of law. So, look, they're going to find something anyway, but don't make it easy for them. That would be my advice. I'm sure he's not going to hear it or take it, but that would be my advice. Sometimes you have to, even though the rules aren't fair, you got to play within the confines of their rules. I agree with our colleague here that this is unconstitutional. I've said it a million times. Gag orders violate the First Amendment, in my opinion, but that's not for me to decide. It may, however, very soon be for the Supreme Court to decide, because this is where that might go eventually. I want to know what you guys think about this, so please let me know in the comments. Also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Those little things, again, really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.